Hello, hi, this is Nathaniel Moore with GuaranteedProfit.com, and in today's marketing blog entry, what we're going to talk about is one simple, really easy to implement tip, so that way more of your customers buy your higher end products and services. Now, saying that, just so you know, if this is your first time at this marketing blog, GuaranteedProfit.com, I want you to make sure that you know that our goal is just to give you the top, the best, the easiest to use techniques and strategies to grow your business. Now, saying that, about a month ago, I was working with a potential client, or a client now, about growing their business. And a lot of times when we decide to work together, what I do is I'll just kind of go through the lowest hanging fruit on, the things that our clients can barely do, barely tweak, that give them the highest level of result. So what we were doing was looking at one of their A/B offers. Now, for those of you that don't know what an A/B offer is, if you think about one product and then a very similar product or the same product with a higher value, that's what an A/B offer would be. It would be basically when you're in front of your customers and you're saying you can either have this or you can have this with a whole lot more involved, and it's going to cost a little bit more than your basic package. So we were looking at those two. It was basically a cross between a product and a service. And the first level, or the basic level, that they were trying to sell was a good product. And then on top of that was a slight bit better version of the product with some added customer service. It was a slight bit more expensive, and they weren't selling very many of the higher end package. Now, they were really wanting to make sure that that was their focus, and they weren't sure how to do that. So instead of working on their lead generation or changing their marketing communications so that way people were more ready to buy the higher end product or anything like that, what we decided to focus on was something that might seem a little counterintuitive when you when you look at it. But all we did was we added an even higher end service. We added just the same package and added a few more things to it, so that instead of there being a 2-part or an A/B offer, there's actually a 3-part. So they had a basic package, the middle package, which used to be their highest end package, and now an even higher end package, which at the time caused a little conflict because why would somebody want to see an even higher end package if no one's buying what used to be the highest end package? So anyways, the bottom line of our results was that because we had 3 options there, people gravitated towards the middle option. Now, when there's only 2 options, people gravitate more towards the bottom option for whatever psychological reasons, or that people work that way, that we choose to maneuver through our purchasing habits that way. I can't tell you. But this isn't the first time that I've tried this. And what happens is the majority of people scoot towards the middle offer. Now, saying that, what that did for the business owners that we were working with was outstanding, because they didn't increase their marketing. They didn't really change anything. They added an extra package, which a few people bought, not very many, but it didn't really matter because people were now habitually, the majority were buying what used to be their highest end package that nobody was purchasing in the past. Now, what that means to you is that all you have to do, if you have multiple layers of your services or your products, if you did nothing different but just create a slightly higher end package, with 3, people are going to gravitate most likely towards the middle package. Now, I know this isn't just true with people that decide to work with us as far as their marketing is concerned, because I've actually heard this from other people in masterminding with people, and I've also believe there's a study on this in the book Yes by Robert Cialdini. If you want to learn why this works the way it works, feel free to read that book. It's been a while for me, but other than that, I hope you got a lot of value out of this. And if you have anything to add to the idea, to be honest with you, I've only tested this a few times with a few of the business owners that we work with, and each time it got the same result. But you might have a different outlook or an opinion. If you can add value to this video, I invite you to leave a comment. And other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I do look forward to talking to you soon.